What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show so far. This is going to be, I guess, generally geared more negative. It's just I really believe it hasn't been very good. You can call it uneven. I called it uneven on Twitter yesterday. I think those are pretty solid words for this show because I don't. And I wouldn't even go so far as to say hate. I don't think I hate anything about the show. It's just I'm not really impressed or blown away or anything like that with, I would say, almost any individual part of it. I do like certain parts of it. I actually like Bucky quite a bit. When I say Bucky, I do mean Bucky, the Bucky scenes that we've gotten so far, going through really like a personal journey in a way, but kind of a somewhat of a redemption story where we could go to a redemption story. I actually really like that. I've always liked his character. I think they're doing a really good job so far. I said it last week on Twitter. I'm not the biggest fan of what they've been doing so far with Sam. And again, I like his character. I think what I will say is I give them credit in this episode, this past episode, the therapy thing, while there's still jokes kind of all over the place that don't always hit. There's some jokes that do hit and that are kind of clever and kind of funny, and then there's other jokes or other things where it's like, you don't really need to have it. I did like that therapy scene, and I thought their interaction with each other is good. And you know, this is the first episode out of the two that we did get both of them interacting, and I will say they are much better together than they are separate. I think that kind of echoes my thoughts on the first episode, where I like a lot of the therapy idea with Bucky and some of the stuff he had gone through, with the kind of relationships he's having. I liked a lot of that. I don't really understand or like what they're doing so much with Sam, but bringing them together in this episode is fine. That's why uneven is kind of what comes to mind. Even in episode 1, I know a lot of people may look to the action. I actually saw a lot of people, even some people, that didn't like the overall episode 1, but liked the action scene and then thought the rest was boring. I was kind of on the reverse side. I actually didn't like the action all that much. I mean, sure, it's action, things are exploding, things are moving fast-paced. There's like 50 cuts happening every like 5 seconds. Like, sure, some of that's cool, some of it's not. In fact, the multiple cuts for the action scenes when he was battling in the helicopters was not, I would say, good at all. So I would personally say I actually liked the more personal tales they were trying to tell. I didn't think they did the greatest job at it in episode 1, where I wasn't the biggest fan of the action. I will say this episode, episode 2, felt a little bit more organic with the action. It felt better. But then they introduced John Walker, who obviously a lot of us, we knew this was coming. And there was a lot of speculation in between episodes 1 and 2. You know, he's supposed to be unlikable. He's supposed to be somebody that you're irritated. I mean, my wife was saying, and I completely agree with her, that like you just kind of watch it irritated. The fact that he's there, the fact that, he does have some redeemable qualities, and the fact that he does know kind of his place. I think he can get pretty cocky, and that's where, it's like, well, you have to still make him, non-likable. You have to make him kind of a very cocky person. But at the same time, he does, I think, generally have the right mindset, which he, tells to Sam, where it's like he's not trying to be Steve. He's trying to be the best Captain America he can be. And that's actually very well said. And that's kind of what I wonder, like, well, why in God's name did Sam give the shield up? Because if the reason was that he didn't think he could live up to the legacy, actually, John Walker said it pretty darn well. You're not really living up to the legacy. You're making kind of your own mark on it. So, there's still that stuff going on. There's just a lot of these episodes that I think don't really need to happen, or I'm not really sure why they're doing certain stuff like that. And then, not to get too political or too far into it at all, because I won't, but like leaving the house and this with Isaiah and then the cops stopping them. I mean, that's just something you flat out, you don't need to include that. Now, I guess it was to get Bucky arrested, to get them both to do the therapy scene, to get them to once again, see John. But like at the same, like a lot of it's just not necessary, in my opinion. And we can go down that route, but we just won't. I still think there's potential. I still think there are pretty solid elements in the show. I'm not gonna lie, and I said it before this show happened. I mean, these two characters flat out were not my favorite leading into the show, and I think that maybe I'm experiencing stuff that other people felt with different movies or different TV. A lot of people went into WandaVision not really thinking that they were the best characters out there, and the show really, bulks them up. Now, I went into WandaVision, I loved Wanda, and I actually really did enjoy Vision. I didn't think Vision was the greatest character of all time. Wanda was definitely, in my opinion, top tier, and the show just, absolutely helped that. It helped, like, characters like even Darcy, right, who I truly don't care about Thor 1 or 2, but Darcy's, like, one of the best characters that came out of WandaVision. So these shows do have kind of magical powers of, elevating these characters, and I hope that they do it with these two, because I would say they're both kind of on the same field. I feel like I do like Bucky more, but that's probably just because he has more of an arc to him and more just time on screen, we could even say, right, throughout all these movies combined. So I do kind of lean more towards him, but I do like Sam. I like Sam. I liked their dynamic in, like, Civil War and stuff like that. I just don't think they've really capitalized on it so far in these episodes, and they're trying to do a lot of different, seems like they're trying to put, race politics into it from time to time. They're trying to make it action-y, but not too action-y. They're trying to make you aggravated or irritated with John Walker. So they're trying to do a lot of different things, and they don't always, they're doing the comedy route, right, which is common and what they've done before, but it doesn't always all hit, I would say. So, even talking through it, I feel like I've kind of calmed myself down. I don't despise the show. I don't hate it. Every Friday, I'm excited to watch it. Like, me and my wife are ready, and we watch it together. So it's like I'm not dropping it. It's not like I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna, like, wait for these last 4 episodes to all come out and watch it then. Or I'm very excited every single Friday. It's just I don't think they've nailed it so far. Granted, WandaVision definitely took, I would say, until at least episode 3 to really get going, but this only has 6 episodes. WandaVision had 9, so they're already, next week is halfway point for Falcon and Winter Soldier, so they don't have too much time left to pull us all off. So I feel like it's got to get going relatively fast. And I get it. It's also not supposed to be this show where you can make speculation and theories and all that stuff. It is more of a movie that maybe should have been a movie, but they've decided to make it a TV show. And I know the director and producer and all that stuff, they've talked about why they went down that route. Doesn't mean it's right. It means that, they made the choice they needed to make, but we'll have to see if it's the right decision in the end. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Are you enjoying it so far? Do you think it's more mixed? Again, I don't hate the show. I would say definitely uneven. Very, very uneven so far in these first 2 episodes. But let me know what you guys think. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on this channel every single day. And so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.